All right, I am coming live. She is completed. Now, I have to tell you, I am shaking. I'm absolutely shaking. Oh my God, it has taken me probably 2 to 3 hours to get her completely strung properly and correctly. And believe me, the first go around did not work at all as well. The stringing is finished inside her legs. The process is done. Oops, not trying to rotate this device. So I'm going to gently bring her over and stand her up here. Whew, let me tell y'all something. Oh my God, I am shaking from anxiety. I'm telling you, this doll was a job. Let's set light on the subject here. I'm shaking. I had to take medication just now because I'm so scared her head is just gonna pop. It's just gonna pop right off. And it's porcelain. But I finished her. She's completely restrung. The arms, I'm not worried about popping off. Those are good. Everything is nice and tight. My reinforcements worked out perfectly. Her hands, everything is done. She's completely finished with her restoration. Now I do have my fabric out. I'm ready to make her a dress to make sure proper. As you see, I have a flesh colored type band-aid I wrapped around inside. It's not a band-aid, it's a type of tape. But what it does, it helps it get a grip and it prevents from hitting. Now also it doesn't stay permanent. So, and it's also done in between all of these ball joints here, which are wood. So to make sure that you hear no clinking sounds, nice and smooth. So that's why I found that and went with it. I did it in all of her joints, everywhere there's a joint. I have that type of tape, even including around in the neck to prevent the porcelain from hitting against the paintwork and the wood. Well, this is composition body, basically wood, and this is wood and wood. And as you can see, up inside the joints, you see the type of tape, but it comes right off, so it doesn't do damage to the doll or the wood. What it does, it prevents a little cushioning, so you don't hear wood, so you don't hear like that type of sound. So that was a good idea that I came up with on my own. I'm double checking my elasticity and joints because I'm telling you, I'm shook. I am like shaking because I'm terrified of her now. Now that I have her all together in one piece, she is 28 inches tall. I absolutely, totally am morphed and forgot how tall this beautiful girl is. But I'm telling you guys, I'm shaking. I am literally shaking from nerves. Look at my hand. You see my finger? It is completely red. Yes, it hurts because I had to pull on the elastic cording and things like that to get this girl, back into this condition and to get her. So you can see where I have that in between. So that way there's something separating. So this way the doll is protected. It also helps it get more of a grip so she can hold her pose. So that's another good thing about it, with me adding that reinforcement. So she's able to, look at that. Hold her arm out like amazingly. So yes, this doll, it took me all of this time to do her because I had to order stringing from Etsy. And the first one that come in was too thin, and so I had to buy that came in from Germany. It was too thin, and the kind that I got now came from Cary, North Carolina. But I got it. But this here seems a little loose like, but it's all right. It's gonna be fine. Once we get this beautiful girl some beautiful clothes made, she's going to be excellent. But I'm going to tell you this. I was good. I was good with doing everything. No bad nerves, nothing like that when I did this doll until just now. I'm not kidding you. You see all the paintwork is done. Everything is sealed. She has a little satin gloss. You can, now everything doesn't look as dark. You remember the shading I did through these areas and around the belly area and in her joints. You see how much more natural everything looks now that it's settled and dried. Her joints. So as you see, I wanted to maintain sort of an older look on her. I didn't want her to look too new, but in person, believe me, she looks quite new. But she scares me. I don't mean as in the way she looks. No, 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 no. She's beautiful. I love the way she looks. What scares me is because of the elastic, the process of attaching it, and everything like that. And I'm shaking. I'm literally shaking. I had to take medication to relax me. So you can see the coloring that I did. So everything is now in place and all together. But she has been a masterpiece. What I'm going to do at this very moment, now I'm going to show you. I'm trying to relax because you have no idea what I went through. This was the original antique cording, and it does not stretch anymore. Of course, it's lost that, but it does have cotton covering. If you look, you see how it was attached. They took a string and twined it around the elastic. Well, I did the same thing. This is a piece I messed up. But I mean, I messed up from where I strung her first. And so this is my reinforcement, and I used extra. In fact, I ended up switching from a type of string, and I went with embroidery floss because the embroidery floss, I was able to get it thicker and stronger. I doubled it and was able to go around much more tightly and create those reinforcements. Now, what I'm going to do is going to make her satin undies. We're going to make her some satin undies. So here is my fabric right here. Here is my beautiful satin fabric here. Let me turn my camera around. Yeah, this is beautiful satin. I'm going to make her lavish clothing before I make her wig. So her undies are going to be made of this. A beautiful cream satin, sort of like an antique white. When I make her dress, I'm going to make her a dress of this, which is like a shabby chic cotton. Yes, you see the texture and the little things in it. Yes, I decided to make her dress made out of cotton, and it's going to be white. But underneath, she's going to have satin pajamas with beautiful antique lace trim like this. So she's going to have, like those little long overall pants. And the bottom part of each part of the pants is going to be cuffed basically with this here type of antique style lace. So that's also going to include her pajama top as well, which is going to make, basically it's going to react as almost like lining. So once I do her dress made out of this beautiful cotton, this beautiful white cotton dress, I am trying to calm myself down. First, I was going to make her dress out of this and have an overlay. I was going to do an overlay. So at first I was going to do her dress like this. See, let it be satin with an overlay of lace and have the trimming like this. First I was going to do that. Guess what happened? What made me change my mind was the fact that this is very slippery. It's very slidey like. Guess what? I don't want her sliding off of anything. So if this is going to be what she wears on the outside, if I have her on display like sitting in a sitting position, this might be too slippery and she's going to slide right out of place or off of wherever I'm going to put her. Could be off the bed or anything. And so I'm terribly scared, and she's fragile. And I know with cotton has more of a grip, and I've already washed this very well. I've already washed it before using. So that's what I'm going to use along with this beautiful reproduction antique lace trim. So her dress will be cotton with this gorgeous trim. So she's going to have lots of trimmings, lots of lace things, beautiful stuff like that. So yes, I've decided to her dress will be white. Her undergarments are going to be antique white, more of a cream, satin, little things like that for her undies in this beautiful lace. But I'm telling you, I'm ready to go ahead now and make her under things. So that has been done. I also have this, but this, see, it doesn't go with it now. I wish I had got white, but at the time I wasn't going to do that. So I'm still debating if I want to wait and just try to focus on her dress and perhaps get a thin cotton lining to do as her under things. Hi, Jenny. How are you? And hi, Vanessa. How are you guys doing? So yeah, I finished my antique doll. She literally gave me anxiety. She was a job, but as you can see, her joints are beautifully done. Nicely, look at that. They hold position very well. But I did. I have completely finished her. And she literally took me 3 hours, and I'm exhausted. And when I say exhausted, I mean mentally, because she gave me an anxiety attack. And I'm so glad I wasn't live on video because I said some bad words. And my mom goes, "Are you all right?" So my mom kind of got scared of me, and she stayed up in her room. It's not funny, but it is kind of funny. So I'm going to put like some cotton inside of her head for added protection. And we're going to close this up. But yeah, she's all together now. I decided I'm going to work on some clothing for her, and then I'm going to do her wig last. Or should I go ahead and do her wig now? Should I work on her wig now? Because I don't want her to be naked. So I want to make something for her. So I'm thinking about some satin undies with some lace trim, some things like that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do her some lace undies and stuff. Because for her undergarments, see how well that was? I mean, her leg, it was going to stay up. And that's because inside, remember the, oops, let me turn my camera up. See where I put that tape? It's like medical tape. But it comes right off without damaging. But what it does, it gets a grip. So see how her leg does? It gets a grip. So you're not hearing the wood clank. And I did it in between all of the joints to protect them and reinforce them. Anyway, she's definitely well strung. She's strung so tight, I'm scared something is going to break or pop loose. And her head's going to pop right off of her. So that's it. But anyway, I'm going to work on her jammies. I'll wear her undergarments. And I will get back to you guys later. In the meantime, so far so good. She looks outstanding. She looks beautiful. This doll is from the year 1916. And yes, it scares me. She's over 100 years old, so she's not exactly a young girl, even though she looks like one. So let me go and get started on her undies and pull out my sewing machine.